brought to you by our friends of the British Council. Hey everybody, welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy here at the Fantasy Sports Network, Studio 34, here in New York City, Midtown Manhattan, and we're talking Major League Rugby with the general manager and co-owner of the Austin Elite, the Frenchman, mon ami, Thierry DAUPIN. Check this out. Hey everybody, Rugby Wrap-Up on the road in Rugby Town, USA. Matt McCarthy with Thierry DAUPIN of the Austin Elite. Bonjour, mon ami.
Bonjour.
Depuis longtemps que je parle français, mais il est nécessaire en France pour moi parler français. Mais ici, anglais, okay?
Anglais is okay. Your French is pretty good, huh?
Thank you. So, Thierry, you are, for the folks at home, the owner and general manager of the Austin Elite.
Exactly.
How the Sam Hill did a French guy end up in Austin, Texas?
That's a very interesting question. So I ended up in Texas like a few years ago, like a little bit over 3 years ago. I was living in Hawaii, working in action sport. Background in sport, working in action sport in Hawaii. And one day in Hawaii on the beach, I met a girlfriend that she said like, oh, I play rugby in Hawaii. I said, no way. I came to Hawaii, I wanted to surf. I wanted to walk, like around the surf. I started to play rugby over there, come back, and a few years after, we wanted with my wife, to move back, to the mainland, like we say over there. And I've been in contact with different clubs in the US, and the Austin club, invite me, gave me the opportunity to stay with them for 1 week. And I was shocked.
In what capacity?
Just to come to be a player for them.
Okay.
They wanted to develop like the
Can you
G1
kick?
program. I can kick.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
French we can.
Yeah, you kick, you get a lot of privileges in this country.
It's amazing, actually. That's
Yeah.
So I came to Austin. People were amazingly nice. They took care of me like I couldn't even say how much, it's been amazing, like the rugby family and the way that they took care of you. And Texas, I will never think I will live in Texas. Like a few years ago, you would tell me Texas. I said, no way. And now I'm like, well, Texas is amazing. People are amazing. And the culture and the rugby is phenomenal. So when I went there and I saw, like the potential, at this time there was like the Austin Blacks, the Austin Hunts, both teams on their facility, their land and everything. In USA, you don't find...
On their facilities.
Yeah.
You didn't get that, folks. Just I'm going to translate sometimes.
Yeah, perfect, that's good.
Yeah.
And so I say, that's the place where we can really develop rugby because they're already like a home, a base, we can really develop it. So that's how I ended up over there.
Cut to an owner and the general manager of a professional team in the United States in the Major League Rugby setup. So, how did that happen?
So when I arrived, it was in 2015, started to play with the team, started to understand how the G1 works in the US and the system, with the different club, because Hawaii is a little bit different, like it's too far, so we have like something just in the state. I came and I discussed with the different club, and of course with my background in sport, I really wanted to see how we can create a competition and a more professional competition, like a little bit more than it was at that time. And so we started to talk with the Red River Conference, so the different club in the Red River. Like Texas is as big as France.
Yeah.
So if we have like the top 14 in France, with the Red River, we could build a top 14. So that was the idea. And so we started to discuss with the club, but some of them, they were not ready yet. So, but the words start to be out, so few clubs.
But the what?
The words start to be out.
The words start to get out.
Yeah. And so we had, like the Dallas Griffins at that time, Houston, and I started to meet other people, so from Glendale, from Seattle Saracens, and we started to put like a table together and say, we need to do something, because like if we can do it just like on the region, let's do it on the country. Same time, we announced that we want to become professional in Austin with the team. Pro Rugby came, and Pro Rugby said, we are going to launch, like this professional league. We said, fantastic, we want to be part of it. Let's build it, let's be part of it, let's do something all together. So we talked with Pro Rugby, we told them, like we would love to join you. We would love to be part of what you are doing. We want to come and give you an opportunity to have a franchise. How much? We want to join. discussion, no way, we don't want to do it, we don't want to do it. We say, okay, so let's wait
Pourquoi?
a little bit. Well, I think at that point, Doug had discussion with his lawyers and his potential investor and said, no, I need to own everything by myself. And he came to us and told us, if I want to come to Austin, I will bring my 23 player and I will do my own team. I said, come if you want. That's the way that it will be. So we started to discuss about that. He didn't want to say, we say, Doug, maybe in 1 year or 2 years, you will be ready and you want to expand. We will be ready. So our plan was just to be ready for the future. Exactly the same like what you saw here in Glendale. They did the same. They were like 10 years ago. They say one day professional rugby will come and we will be ready. And look what they have today. Look where we are.
Right.
So that was the same idea. And so at one point, in the next discussion that we are all together, I met with Glendale and it clicked. We all have the same vision, the same idea, how we can make it happen.
You have a culture clash coming over here, right, for you?
Yeah.
You got indoctrinated into the United States way of things, but in Hawaii, right? Hawaii ain't Texas, right? So now you're a French guy in Texas, right?
Yes.
French rugby, the French flair. How do you mesh all of it together? Because, you got some big old boys down in Texas playing some smash mouth rugby, right?
Yeah.
And how do you get them to do the French flair?
I think it was not a challenge at all. Actually, when I came the first time to train in Texas, I was very surprised by the level and the intensity and the number of people at training. That was amazing. Like Texas, you go to the Austin Blacks or the Austin Ants. At night, you have 60, 70 players. that they are ready. Level is like that. Like you see like very low level and super high profile. So we needed to organize a little bit that. So. For me, coming from France, like my position when I was playing in France, I was more like a center or fullback. Arriving in the US, because I have like more the vision of the game and everything, hope you come in here and you play fly half, right away. So that for me, that was the challenge, and it was fun because I could touch more ball. What I did when I came to Texas, I bring with me a few players that I had in Hawaii that I knew very well, to bring them and give them like a little bit more density. Because like Texas, they can play fast, but they needed, like more density. So that's what we started to do. But really like the culture over there, the people were, the difference of culture coming from France to Hawaii, it's huge, It's a big difference. Now I was like for the last 7 years, my wife is American, so I was already in the American culture. So for me, like I didn't feel it, that much.
Right.
I was like right there on a mission, developing the rugby, starting to develop the marketing for the Hunts, and try to develop the club. And I was busy, so like I just enjoy what I did. So, when you have a passion and you can work on that every day, that's amazing.
All right, so what I like about your team is I'm urban white trash from Jersey City, New Jersey, but if I root for the Austin Elite, I can call myself an elitist.
That's right? Certain, right? There's a story behind the Austin Elite. The name is like last year we were like the Hunts Elite because in the Hunts group, we were before the Hunts. You had like the Hunts, which was like more the amateur side, and we had the Elite, which was more like the semi-professional side that we were building. Mm-hmm. So this year, because we separate a little bit, ourselves with the Hunts, we didn't want to have a huge clash of like calling ourselves something else. We wanted to keep like a part of the culture and where we were coming from. Mm-hmm. So we just say we are not the Hunts anymore, but we wanted to keep the Elite. And this name may change, in the future, but for now, that's how it came.
In New York City, we have the Rugby United New York, and the word united there is the operant term because you have different clubs in New York City. New York Rugby Club is the club I'm with. That's not the New York Athletic Club, the New York Rugby Club. But then you have New York Athletic Club and Old Blue, and basically the better players are, I'll admit it, with New York Athletic Club and Old Blue. But you also have the Village Lions, and you have Lansdowne, and James Kennedy and co. have taken players and coaches or staff from all the teams to kind of unite the clans. Has that happened in Texas between the Blacks and
yes, totally.
the Huns? And
so the way that we work, so we have like definitely a good group from the Huns that came with us, because you have to understand that Richard Osborne and Chris Bugget, that they are the main owner, like I'm a little one, like in this big pot. They come from the Huns. They were their culture. They've been, with the club for a long, long time. So they wanted, they came and we bring the Huns, and we still like the same training facility. You know, we are working together. We had a little bit of clash with the Huns, but we bring some player. We are working together. Culture, it's never easy, you know, when you change things. You know, like at the beginning, when there's a change, people are very resistant. But step by step, you need to show what you are doing and show where you're going. On the other side, the Blacks, they felt left out a little bit last year, especially when we went through the national championship. But they really wanted, they are very competitive, so they really wanted to be part of that as well. Mm-hmm. So we have a very good relationship with them. We bring a few of their players as well. And at the beginning of the year, we work, you know, with a group from the Huns, a group from the Blacks. We have players from San Antonio. But we also integrate step by step. You know, we have the chance to have like also clubs around with college. We have UT, we have like Baylor's, we have Texas A&M and Texas State. And step by step, we are bringing people and we are working all together. And that's what we want. Like Rugby United, they do a great job. We want to be like the team of Central Texas. That's what is important for us. We are like more like, you know, like how we can build together, you know,
sure.
like, and having this professional team that is on the top, but how we can, you know, help step by step every club to also elevate the level. Because for me, the end goal, I came to rugby because of the culture. I came to rugby because it gave me something when I was a kid, where I was ready to go to the wrong way. It put me right on track. If I can give that to the future, to the community, to my son, that's what I want.
Did you ever imagine when you were a kid in Nîmes, France, being an owner and a general manager of a professional rugby here in the team in the United States?
No, definitely not.
It's a pretty cool country.
It's nice. It's good. No, it's amazing. It's like, you know, like people can talk about the American dream. Yeah, I live the American dream.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
And
good.
just like that, we're going to ride off into the sunset here on Rugby Wrap Up on the road in Rugby Town, USA for Mr. Thierry DAUPIN, Matt McCarthy, signing off.
Bye, y'all.